You are driving down the street and your automatic transmission suddenly shifts so hard it feels like a sledgehammer hit the floorboard, and now your instrument panel is glowing with every warning light imaginable. If you see a code P0794, your transmission control module is warning you about an intermittent signal from the intermediate shaft speed sensor A. This sensor is one of the most vital parts inside your automatic gearbox. While the engine spins the input shaft and the wheels turn the output shaft, there is a middleman called the intermediate shaft or the lay shaft. The speed of this shaft depends entirely on which gear you are in, and the computer needs this data to time your shifts perfectly and set the right hydraulic pressure. When this signal starts flickering or acting erratic, the computer completely loses its rhythm, and that is why you get those harsh, neck-snapping shifts or an erratic engine speed that jumps around for no reason. Sometimes the computer will go into a backup mode to keep you moving, but you should never ignore this because it is often a sign of bigger problems. The very first thing you need to check is your automatic transmission fluid level and smell. If that fluid smells burnt or looks like black coffee instead of bright red juice, it is time for a full service with a new filter and gasket. Why? Because these speed sensors are often magnetic, and they love to attract tiny metal shavings from the internal wear of the transmission. If that sensor pickup gets covered in a layer of metallic fur, it cannot see the reluctor ring properly, leading to that intermittent signal. If your fluid is clean, you need to find where that sensor is mounted on the transmission housing. Sometimes you can even reach it from the top of the engine bay if you move the air box or some brackets out of the way. Pull that sensor out and give it a good blast of brake cleaner to remove any gunk or debris. While it is out, look for any signs of it rubbing against the internal ring, which might mean your sensor gap is off or an internal bearing is failing. If the sensor is clean but the code persists, grab your multimeter and check the wiring harness for any signs of melting or chafing against the transmission case. Finding a loose pin or a frayed wire can save you thousands of dollars compared to a whole new transmission.